Have you ever found yourself wondering if it's normal to still feel those little sparks of desire, even as the years go by? Or maybe you've noticed that your energy levels aren't quite what they used to be, and you're not sure how to keep that flame alive in your relationship. If so, you're not alone. These are questions and concerns that many of us over 60 think about, but often feel too shy or unsure to bring up. And that's exactly why we're here today, to talk openly and honestly about our experiences as we age. Let's face it, society doesn't always make it easy for us to have these conversations. There's this unspoken idea that once you hit a certain age, your sex life just fades into the background. But here's the truth. Intimacy is a vital part of who we are, no matter how many candles are on our birthday cake. It's about connection, closeness, and yes, even pleasure. And the good news? With a little understanding and a few adjustments, you can maintain, and even enhance, your sexual well-being as you age. In this video, we're going to explore some of the most common questions and concerns. We'll talk about how to keep that spark alive, why it's completely normal to still have desires, and how to navigate the changes that come with aging. So, whether you're in a long-term relationship, newly single, or just curious about what's possible, this conversation is for you. Let's start with something that's on a lot of minds. How do I maintain a healthy lifestyle as I age? Aging brings changes, both physically and emotionally, and that's okay, it's all part of the journey. For many of us, our bodies might not respond the way they used to. Maybe it takes a little longer to get in the mood, or you notice that things don't work exactly the same way they did in your 40s or 50s. But here's the thing, intimacy isn't just about physical performance. It's about connection, communication, and creativity. One of the best ways to maintain a healthy sex life is to keep the lines of communication open with your partner. If you're in a relationship, talk about what feels good, what's changed, and what you'd like to explore together. It's not always easy to have these conversations, but they can bring you closer and help you both feel more comfortable and confident. And if you're single, that same principle applies. Be open with yourself about your desires and needs. Another key factor is staying physically healthy. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and good sleep can all play a role in maintaining your energy levels and overall well-being, which in turn can positively impact your sex life. Even something as simple as a daily walk or stretching can make a difference. And don't forget about the importance of mental health. Stress, anxiety, and even societal stereotypes about aging can take a toll on your libido. Finding ways to relax and stay positive, whether it's through meditation, hobbies, or spending time with loved ones, can help you feel more in tune with your body and your desires. Now let's tackle another question that often comes up. Is it normal to still have sexual desires at this age? The short answer, absolutely. It's completely normal and healthy to still feel those desires no matter your age. In fact, many people find that their sex lives actually improve as they get older. Why? Because with age comes experience, confidence, and a deeper understanding of what you want and need. But sometimes, societal stereotypes can make us feel like we're too old for these feelings. Maybe you've heard someone say, "Aren't you past that stage?" Or you've seen movies and TV shows that portray older adults as completely uninterested in sex. Those messages can be damaging, but they're not true. Your desires are valid and they're a natural part of being human. If you're feeling unsure or self-conscious about your desires, try to reframe the way you think about them. Instead of seeing them as something to hide or be ashamed of, embrace them as a sign that you're alive, vibrant, and fully engaged with life. And if you're in a relationship, sharing those feelings with your partner can bring a new level of closeness and excitement. It's important to recognize that everyone's experience is different. Some people might find that their desires change or even decrease as they age, and that's okay too. The key is to listen to your body and honor what feels right for you. Now that we've talked about maintaining a healthy sex life and the normalcy of sexual desires after 60, let's move on to another important aspect. Because while these changes are a natural part of life, they don't have to stand in the way of a fulfilling and intimate relationship. Now that we've talked about the importance of communication, staying healthy, and embracing your desires, let's dive into some of the changes that can come with aging, and how to navigate them in a way that keeps intimacy alive and well. One of the most common changes for both men and women is a shift in hormone levels. For women, menopause can bring about a decrease in estrogen, which might lead to symptoms like vaginal dryness or a lower libido. For men, a gradual decline in testosterone can affect energy levels, muscle mass, and even sexual performance. These changes can feel frustrating, but the good news is that there are ways to manage them. For women experiencing vaginal dryness, there are over-the-counter lubricants and moisturizers that can make a big difference. If the issue persists, it's worth talking to your doctor. They might recommend hormone replacement therapy or other treatments that can help. And for men, if you're noticing changes in your energy or performance, don't hesitate to bring it up with your healthcare provider. There are options, from lifestyle changes to medications, that can help you feel like yourself again. Another physical change that can impact intimacy is a decrease in flexibility or mobility. Maybe you've noticed that certain positions aren't as comfortable as they used to be, or you're dealing with joint pain or stiffness. The key here is to get creative and focus on what feels good for you and your partner. This might mean trying new positions, using pillows for support, or even exploring non-penetrative forms of intimacy. Remember, intimacy isn't just about sex, it's about connection, touch, and closeness. And let's not forget about the emotional side of things. Aging can bring about a lot of changes in how we see ourselves and our bodies. Maybe you're feeling self-conscious about wrinkles, weight gain, or other signs of aging. It's important to remember that your partner loves you for who you are, not just what you look like. And if you're single, try to focus on the things you love about yourself. Confidence is incredibly attractive no matter your age. Now let's talk about something that doesn't get enough attention. As we age, our relationships often deepen in ways that go beyond the physical. You might find that you and your partner are more in tune with each other's needs and desires than ever before. This closeness can actually enhance your connection, making intimacy even more fulfilling. If you're in a long-term relationship, take the time to nurture that emotional bond. Spend quality time together, share your thoughts and feelings, and make an effort to show appreciation for each other. Small gestures, like holding hands, giving compliments, or simply saying "I love you," can go a long way in keeping the spark alive. And if you're single, don't underestimate the power of self-love and self-care. Building a strong relationship with yourself can make you feel more confident and open to new connections, whether that's with a partner or simply enjoying your own company. Another important aspect of maintaining intimacy as we age is staying curious and open to new experiences. Just because you've been with the same partner for decades, or because you've been single for a while, doesn't mean you can't explore new ways to connect. Maybe that means trying something new in the bedroom, like a massage or a romantic getaway. Or maybe it's as simple as reading a book together or taking a dance class. The key is to keep things fresh and exciting. Of course, it's also important to be realistic. Life after 60 can come with its share of challenges: health issues, caregiving responsibilities, or the loss of a loved one. These experiences can take a toll on your emotional and physical well-being, and it's okay to acknowledge that. If you're going through a tough time, give yourself grace and know that it's okay to take a step back until you're ready. If you're struggling to reconnect with your partner or rediscover your own desires, consider seeking support. This might mean talking to a therapist, joining a support group, or even just having an honest conversation with a trusted friend. You don't have to navigate these changes alone. Now that we've covered some of the physical and emotional aspects of intimacy after 60, let's move on to another important topic. Because how you think about aging and intimacy can have a huge impact on how you experience it. As we've been discussing, maintaining a healthy and fulfilling sex life after 60 is about so much more than just the physical aspects. It's about connection, communication, and embracing the changes that come with aging. And one of the most powerful tools we have in this journey is our mindset. How you think can shape your experience in profound ways. If you approach this stage of life with curiosity, openness, and a sense of adventure, you're much more likely to find joy and fulfillment in your relationships, and in yourself. On the other hand, if you buy into the idea that aging means the end of desire or intimacy, you might miss out on some of the most meaningful connections of your life. So let's talk about how to embrace new perspectives when it comes to sexuality and intimacy. First, it's important to challenge those societal stereotypes that tell us we're too old for certain things. Whether it's the media, well-meaning friends, or even our own internalized beliefs, these messages can hold us back. But here's the truth: there's no expiration date on desire, love, or connection. You're never too old to feel alive, to explore new possibilities, or to enjoy the pleasures of intimacy. Shift your mindset by focusing on what's possible, rather than what's changed. Sure, your body might not work exactly the way it did in your 30s or 40s, but that doesn't mean it's any less capable of experiencing pleasure and connection. In fact, many people find that their sex lives become richer and more satisfying as they age, precisely because they've learned what they like and how to communicate their needs. Another key to a positive mindset is self-compassion. It's easy to be hard on ourselves as we age, to focus on the wrinkles, the aches, or the things we can't do as easily as we used to. But what if instead of criticizing ourselves, we practiced kindness and acceptance? What if we celebrated our bodies for everything they've done and continue to do for us? This shift in perspective can make a world of difference in how we feel about ourselves and our relationships. And let's not forget about the power of laughter. Intimacy doesn't always have to be serious or perfect. In fact, some of the most memorable moments come from the times when things don't go as planned. Maybe you and your partner share a laugh over a silly mishap, or you find humor in the little quirks that come with aging. Laughter can be a powerful way to connect and keep things lighthearted. Now let's bring it all together. Embrace the changes, stay connected with yourself and your partner, and approach life with curiosity and joy. It's about communication, creativity, and a willingness to try new things. And most importantly, it's about recognizing that your desires and needs are valid, no matter your age. Aging is a natural and beautiful part of life, and it doesn't have to mean the end of intimacy or pleasure. In fact, it can be the start of a new chapter, one filled with deeper connections, greater self-awareness, and a renewed sense of joy. So whether you're in a long-term relationship, newly single, or simply exploring your own desires, know that you're not alone. There's a whole community of people out there who are navigating these same questions and challenges, and by having these conversations we can break down the stigma and create a world where everyone feels empowered to embrace their sexuality and intimacy at any age. If this video resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What's one thing you've learned that you'd like to share? Or maybe you have a question that we didn't cover. Let's keep the conversation going. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Because here's the truth, life after 60 is full of possibilities, and I'm here to help you make the most of every single one.